Welcome back. It's Nan. Hi, guys. Yes, I've been gone for more than a minute. Welcome to those who are new, and to those who are coming back, thank you for your continual support. And it's taken me a bit. Now, not only did I mention our long trip to Africa, came back, got sick, and seemed to have not been able to shake whatever it was. So I'm still coughing here and there. So if you hear anything, please excuse me. So without further ado, the book is, I measured it 9 this way, 6 this way, and I should have made this mine a little bigger. Let's get this going. I've used everything and anything in this book. I don't have a closure for it at the moment, so what I have is an actual scarf. I thought it was beautiful. I was just cleaning out my closet and found it in there, forgot that my mom had given me this gorgeous scarf. It's thin, but it works perfect as a closure for now, until I decide exactly what it is I'm going to put around it to hold it, which will probably be some kind of a stretchy band, which I like, and maybe something on the outside. It is a theme-related book, but of course there's a few other things added in there that are not part of the theme, but things that are found where mushrooms are found in nature. So I started off the book, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up this way. Hope I'm in frame and that you can see it. There's not too much glare. I added this material that I got at Hobby Lobby, mushroom material. It's dark, but it's not black. It's a dark brown. Mushrooms all around here. I wasn't too concerned about the front being covered. So what I started with was I did glue it down, and I decided I wanted a big mushroom on the top. So it's a mushroom related. It's a mushroom theme book. And I used brown craft paper, and I drew the mushroom on the brown craft paper. Craft, Nancy. And I painted it and then cut the pieces out. So I just want to show you real quick what I did. So this is the bottom, this is the top, this is the inside, and the door and the windows. You get the gist of it. So that's what I did in order to create that big mushroom that it had on the front of it. And I love it. I mean, I look at it and think I could have made some changes. I added too much paint here, so sort of when I was heating the paint, it just crackled a little bit, but that's okay. For me, that's okay. It's still functional and works perfectly fine. Created this little mailbox up front and used ideology pieces. So I put the month here and a bunch of little ideology mushrooms around it. And the top part is the packaging that came on some stickers. I decided to put it on top of the cover. The cover's completely covered in cloth. Just glue the edges before I sewed it on and gave it a zigzag stitch all around it. You'll see why I have this little clip here that we usually use to hold our cloth when we're sewing. No reason why you can't use what you have on hand, or whatever you choose to use that you have on hand. So I think it came out really beautiful. And so I decided to cover the spine with a piece of ribbon. And most of my ribbon, mostly all of it, is from Hobby Lobby when they have sales. So this is that ribbon that I use. And I think I'm going to add more throughout the book because I love the color of it. And what I did was I actually sewed the buttons onto the material before I put the material down on the spine. And it's very sturdy. And then I took some twine. I actually got this twine, if I'm not mistaken, in Connecticut. Yes, I did in Connecticut. I think it was Michael's in Connecticut. And it's pretty thin. So I decided to just give it a little design. No reason rhyme. So I just added a little bit of twine around it. So I wanted an earthy feel, earthy colors. So then let's go on. You know what? I'll show you the back at the end because I added something nice in the back. So there are some danglies on here. I did add more material as tabs on it also. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I started off with a long side pocket, and I added these beautiful cards. This is part of a calendar. Added some mushroom stickers there, as you can see. Writing space. postcard. This is from a nature book. Managed to print out some mushrooms and just added it there. And this is my favorite lake that I visit near where I live. And I took this last fall, and I thought it would make a perfect addition to this. Cannot write on it, but if I choose so, I can write on the front of the card, but I don't think I will. And I did cover the inside with the brown craft paper that I used to make the mushroom on the front, and added some of the material on there. So it is pamphlet stitch. And so I did take this material, and I used also some of the craft paper to make it sturdier so it wouldn't be flimsy. And then this is part of the ideology packet also. Decided to add that there. And just made a little cluster of material here. Nothing amazing. But that's what the clip is up there for. And I did like the idea of the clip, so I am going to leave it there. I may change what I have there, but I don't think so. So I just added a little bit of green and white material there to give it sort of a naturey feel, greenery. And as you can see, this is the material that's on the inside, outside of the book. And this here, I put a bulb pin on here, and I hope I'm not out of frame. A bulb pin, but it's a package that I purchased. I got it on clearance. These are called, it just says aluminum, but it's covered. So I did get it on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I decided, I see they use other tools on there, some kind of embossing. I'm not sure. All I know is I grabbed it and I said, this will come to good use. So what I did was I put it on a bulb pen, glued a piece of coffee dyed paper on top, and added a mushroom on it. Voila. Just for aesthetic purposes. It's all those little things that beautify your books. And this paper that I use throughout the book is gorgeous. I did purchase that on Amazon. Look at this amazing paper. They are huge, and it is a sturdy, is it card? I'm not sure if it's at cardstock now, but if you go on Amazon, you will find it. But that's where I buy my stuff also. So that's where my purchases are. And then that's where I purchase a lot of the items that I use also. And here are some, every paper on the back is this lighter color. They all look similar to this color. But the front, they're other colors, big ones, small ones, amazing. So as you can see, I added the ribbon there. And I created one of those paper pockets that I love to create. I did a lot of sewing. Not everything is sewn. But miracle behold, I have not used, maybe on 1 or 2 items, like this, distress ink, which I love. But this time I just forewent that, and here I am working with paper, ribbon, and all other kinds of things. These I found on the clearance rack at Hobby Lobby. I glued a doily behind it, and I also just created 2 little pieces here with the paint chip. I just added some stickers to it. So if I choose to write on the back, I can if I want to, and I'm not going to put everything back. I'll just do that after. And I can put a piece of paper sew around it, but I left as is. I like the way it looked. This is this is from a little pack of cards that I thrifted somewhere long ago, and just pick up things. So this is a bridge table type of thingy here, I think. And I thought the front of it was beautiful. So I created the pocket with 2 papers and have a little tuck in the back. So I created a little pocket here out of a manila folder. Added some pieces of a calendar, autumnal calendar that I have. Beautiful. And it does say gratitude, and I did add some mushrooms. And I am going to read this. I do want to read what it says on here. Gratitude. My book is themed, mushroom themed, but it's basically November, so it's going to be a gratitude book also mixed in there. It says, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I thought that was beautiful. That comes from a book I also have there. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick. A collection of brilliant quotations for a beautiful life. Still have the book is intact. I decided to create a little pocket out of a piece of cloth stamped fungi on it. And this is just from a children's book, identifying the month, with some words in there. I'll let you see, and you can read it yourself if you want to slow down the video and read it. But I started off with that. And this tissue paper here, I just subtly, I don't know if you can see it, I subtly stamped mushrooms on it. I did not want them to overpower the colors in the background. So I added a little pen there, sewing pen, but also what I have on the side is a little mushroom charm. Other side is open also. This is another card I made while I was sick, so I just added, it's a collaged card with a mushroom on it. I love mushrooms. This page is not worked on. Maybe I'll leave it like that. A November poem. An art book that I have. I cut the page out and just added there. I love the look of the colors. And added some more stickers there. My stickers, all of these stickers are from Amazon. And this is also from an art book, as you can see, from a Camille Pizarro. And also I made another mushroom card. This is another paper. Beautiful, I love it. Writing. Ideology pieces. I coffee dyed the paper, printed on the paper. Gorgeous. This is actually a napkin that I folded, and I actually made a pocket out of just the napkin. This ribbon here, I don't know where it's from. I did thrift a roll of it, and I'm running out of it. That's pretty much all I have left, but I thought the color combo was really nice. Contrasting colors throughout the book. This is a printout of a placemat that I have on my kitchen table. And here I went out with my granddaughter, my two granddaughters, my beautiful little baby granddaughters that I love so much. Went out with their mom, my daughter-in-law, and her mom, who's visiting. So we all decided to go to Lake Geneva. I'm sure a lot of people know where Lake Geneva is. It is in Wisconsin. And went out thrifting, had lunch. So that's where this page comes from. This is where they had the cutlery wrapped. I decided to just grab a piece of coffee dyed paper that I had in my stash. Wrote on that, added some mushrooms. Also some ideology printing on there. This is one of those envelopes. It's just a white envelope. And I glued a piece of ribbon on the back. I took the little book off of here, and I need to find something to put on there, but I'm not sure yet what I'm going to put on there, but it has to be a light layer, otherwise it's going to make it even more bulky. And my receipts in here of where we went. Ooh, chocolate shop. And I picked up a leaf. Everywhere I go with my granddaughter, if it's autumn, I pick up leaves. I have a stash of them. And what I do to my leaf to conserve them in the book, so that it's already torn a little bit, simply because of the drying process. I put my leaves in regular books. It tore a little bit, but to preserve them in the actual book, I cover it with Mod Podge, and it does well. So I love this. I know it's a little bright, but I thought it's gotta go in there. I love it. And I also sewed it onto a piece of thicker paper, not cardstock, just a thick piece of paper. Left a tab out on the top and a tab out on the bottom, but this tab down here, you can make them like a little secret pocket. I added a piece of coffee dyed paper on the bottom, just slipped it in there, and did the same. I mean, it has a pocket on the top if I choose to put something in there. But what I did was I didn't write anything on it. I just added some of the leaves that I collected. And it says, "Dear future me." If I so choose to write in it, I shall, or maybe I'll write a little letter to my granddaughters, which I'd rather do that. So we'll see. And I did coffee dye it. Worked perfectly. And that goes in there. Paper in the background is from Stampin' & Company. This is from a tea bag while I was sick. It says, "Beauty is not caused, it is," by Emily Dickinson. Added a little button with a bulb had pinned there, and just used some of the lace that I had left over from the book that I made for my mom, and just grabbed a piece of Paper Studio paper and stamped a little bit. I did it in a tri-fold and just did a little stamping on the front. Throughout a few doilies throughout the book, they were this color. I did not puffy dye them. And Paper Studio stickers I added there. Magazine book that I had, Mother Earth I think it's called, and these were in there. Perfect. Saved them for a rainy day, and here we are. It's not a rainy day, but it works perfect in the book. So this is from National Geographic, also a card. I slipped it in the back of the page, and here we have Nancy Drew. I had a book and some postcards in it. Still have some of those. So the mushrooms on it, thought the title has nothing to do with the book, but it goes perfect in there. Created a small little card here. Used my circle punch to create the circle, and this here is actually leftovers from a master board that I had. Pretty thick, but it works well to hold the little card that I have there. Mushrooms that I created there. Did create some of these clips. Cluster, little side pockets, simple to make. Blessings sometimes show up in unrecognizable disguises. Yes, they do. Also the same paper that I purchased on Hobby Lobby, created some pretty pockets there. I've had this for quite some time there. And on the other side, I have this sheet of paper I still have a few of these. This is I think you would call it glacine, yes, bag that I got at the post office with a big sheet of stamps on it. So of course I saved it, folded in half, created pocket for it. It was torn in. I forgot to sew it before I put it in. So I glued it down and actually stapled my cluster to it so that I would hold it together. I love writing on napkins. I think it adds quite a nice touch to my books. So I just cut this one in half, used a portion on another page and a portion on this page. I have these Thanksgiving, let me leave it there. I have these Thanksgiving napkins from years ago. And on the other side, just a printout of some leaves that I can write out on also if I choose to do so. Here, just a cluster, lace, material, added a pin to it, and this also, I managed to get a package of buttons with butterflies, snails. I thought it added such a pretty little touch to the book. And I do have it on a ball pen. It tends to turn up and down, but that's okay. Wherever you find mushrooms, you're gonna find little creatures feeding on them. Other side is also a little cluster. Created this file folder out of some really cardstock from Paper Studio. Added a little mushroom that I can write on the inside, cut it out from the gorgeous paper, and a side tuck with, it's a check, it says there in the bottom, but it's a delivery check. And I still have some pages empty, areas that are not written on, because I still have space for more work in this book, which I'm going to have fun doing. And in the middle there's two signatures in here that I inserted in the book, and in each of them I have little things that I've created. This is a tag with a pocket and a little card in there. It comes out that I can write on, add in there, put paper in the back if I so choose, more cards. And as you can see, this is the package for the mushrooms that came from Amazon. I purchased several of them, had them there for a while, and just told myself someday I'll come to making a book about mushrooms. And so I added this in there, which was really cute. Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? Psalm 77:8. I like adding book pages also with scripture written on them. There's another card that I made while I was in bed. Thought of adding some gesso and a few other things, but I think they stay as is. I love the way they came out. And this was made out of vellum from a 12x12 paper pad that I have. I just really like the color, so I put a sticker on there. I did not sew the paper, but I sewed in some regular paper, so if I choose some area in the book, I can add it to it. And so here is another one of those little mushroom dangles on there. This is unfinished. There will be more in there. And this is just a cluster of items, paper studio pieces, and this pretty little pack of cards that I thrifted. I thought it was so cute. I just added there with a coffee dyed card I can write on. Another this is the other side of the postal bag. I'm not sure where this came from, but I left as is. And then another napkin. This one is just a mushrooms. I think it's paper studio if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not sure. I wanted to add another piece of paper in the back, but I have this here, which came from I actually printed that out from a hand towel that I have in my kitchen. I thought, I'm going to give this a try and see if it works. Came out pretty cute. So that I can write on also. So I have a lot of pretty little pieces of material that I thrifted. It's not cotton. It feels more polyester. So the other side, I added a paper studio paper here that I haven't had in my stash so that I can write on. None of this is, there's no writing on any of this stuff. Just a few of the pages that I started. Added some ideology pieces in here. This is also a pack of cards that I found. I thought it was cute, so I put it there because it had the little flowers. No mushrooms, but I added this mushroom stamp. And there goes one of my little butterflies. And this is a flip here of a material that I have there. And I added just a sticker there, simple writing space. Not everything has to be elaborate. There are moments that subtle is nice, moments where a lot is good. It depends on how you want to create your books and what you want to, how you want it to look. Unless it's a book that you're creating for someone else, more specific to their likes or their character, personality. If they want something specific, then that's different. But this is basically my November personal junk journal. So, next page. Did I skip? No. I just added a folder there, and I'm going to write here. Some pages are real simple. Okay. And the other part of that page, and this is, my son just had a recent birthday, so I created a little envelope here. Sewn on it. Something happened to the zigzag on this side. I'm not sure what happened to it. So I have to check my machine. I've had it for a while and I'm dying for a new one. Happy birthday card back there out of the mushroom, and in the back I slipped because I spent a few days with them, the two girls and my daughter-in-law's mother, and my granddaughter loves to paint. So she created a big painting for me, and I decided to add this into my book. I wanted to remember his birthday, but I wanted to add her little drawing there. Paper that I thrifted at an antique shop long ago. And here, some index cards that I thrifted. I don't know what's going on here, but I left it as is. I was going to cover it up, but I said, nope, leave it as is. Paper Studio. Here I added a recycled envelope, big window. This is from Daphne's Diary. That's just a little paper added in there. If I want to write in the back, I can. There's no writing on it right now. Gorgeous. And then these circles were made with my Distress ink. I just pressed really hard on there, and I was planning to put words in each circle. So, and this here, I decided, I don't know what I was doing cleaning in the kitchen, and I had these tabs, plastic tabs I usually put on file folders in your file cabinet. I thought, wait a minute, I can do something with that. So I created a little tab out of it. Thought it was great. I've not seen those in any other books. And I also can add something on the other side of it if I choose to. Again, placemat. Stamping Company paper. I can write on the back, and it says, if you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. Laura Ingalls Wilder. And this is also a napkin that I folded several times. I think I folded in a tri-fold manner, cut the excess off, and I created a side pocket with it. I just loved the napkin. Again, subtle mushrooms. I think you can see them. If I do this, you can see them. I'm not sure if you can see them there. Some washi on the side, and that is the end of the first insert. We're on to the second signature, and I'm not sure if I will put anything on the last page here. I just didn't want to cover up It's Beautiness, and I forgot to mention that the book is made of chipboard, very flexible. And same thing as the first one. I'm going to try to get through this really fast. I don't want this video to be long. I've been having issues with my telephone. So let's see if I can get through this in a matter of minutes. Same style, cluster, pins, and that little dangle. The little pocket that I made out of the manila folder. This one says Generosity. The ground's generosity takes in our compost and grows beauty. Look at this. Try to be more like the ground. Give back. Also another pocket with the word fungi on it. Beautiful cloth. And I created this little card I can write on the back, trying to give it a faux tea bag look, but it's actually made with a tea bag. So there is a pocket there if I choose to put something in there. And they have quotes on there. I love the little quotes by Emily Dickinson and other people. Okay, card that I made while I was sick in bed. We can write on the back. Same art book. And empty, but I can still put whatever I want there, so I still have some room to create. Stampin' and Company, loved it. Has that fall theme to it. Here I made a card inside tape. More of the paper, the same style pocket with the burlap in the back and the lace I've used. Dried flower that my sister sent me in the actual center paper bags that I put as the pockets in the middle. Wrapping paper, it's beautiful. Thought it made a good accent piece inside the more of the magazine. Some stamping, stamps from Amazon also. Washi here and there on the book. Daphne's diary card that I do want to add here in my junk journal. I kept saying book throughout the video, but we all know they're junk journals. Are beautiful journals, art journals, whatever you like to call it. Another clip that I created there. Same pocket, card, cluster style here. Same napkin and the little dangle, little ideology pieces. I wanted some of that earthy feel in the book, the browns, the greens, the beige colors, the red of the mushrooms. Another cluster, ideology pieces. I created another little card here so that I can write on. Tag on the side. Centerpiece, my sister sent it to me with those dried flowers and a big cluster of dried flowers. So I've been cutting off little pieces here and there because I want them to last for me. Daphne's diary card, created in bed. Another one, Daphne Diary's pages. A hymnal book page there, room to write on. Another one of those vellum books. Book page, empty in the back, which I can choose where I want this stuff to go within the book. Easy peasy, pulling it out, putting them in, choosing, and deciding. So some of this book will go down based on what I want to use in the book. Another tag, which I can write in the back, even though it's a calendar piece. Another one of the cards where the mushrooms came in. Stickers on there. And another one with an index card. Hymnal and just bits and pieces, scraps that I have. Another beautiful cluster with a pen in it and some more of the cloth that I thrifted. This is from a child's book, and it's Autumn Fries and Autumn fit perfect for the book and the season, which is my favorite. The glycine bag, and this is a piece of a book from a Little Golden Books, one of the pages of a Little Golden Book. And it says, and savor the seasons as they roll around. I won't pull the page out. Stamping. Another napkin with another copy of some leaves that I did on my scanner. Pocket with another one of those copies that I made out of my paper towel in the kitchen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pieces. Snail. Another card in the center. Another one of those Future Me cards. This one's empty, so I can put whatever I want on it. Coffee dyed belly band. So it goes right in the belly band. And another cluster with a book page. Add a little flower. And this time I added a little faux stamp there. If I choose, I can put a date right on the back. Little ideology, paper studio and ideology pieces. It's just clustered all on there. Coffee dyed pages, little slip, room to create, more mushrooms, a belly band, center belly band on the page that I made with a napkin, folded, trifold, which was the leftover from the other napkin. Waste not, want not is my motto. And created that belly band and another card in there, cute little card, just collaged paper. I made a master board and just cut all these cards out of it. And see how I put it there, and it didn't tear the page or anything, so it works well. And here is an ideology card, another clip that I made, tab out of the plastic tabs you use on your file folder. I thought this was perfect. You can also add some material on there, add a dangly on there if you choose so. The possibilities are endless when it comes to creating these books, and I am in love with this one. Cannot wait to finish it. Working on my Christmas. I've already chosen my book for my Christmas one. There's a elaborate card there, ideology piece if I'm not mistaken. Cloth flip with some stamping underneath and a butterfly. Simple. Back page, another one of those tissue papers that I just lightly, this one you can see it better because of this page is a lot lighter, so it comes through more. Leaves and mushrooms I stamped on there. Last page, I made a cluster here, cluster tab of all the different materials that I used within the book, and another little dangle, mushroom dangle. And there's 3 pockets here, side pocket. This goes in there, which is a sticker. A card that I made out of that paper. It's inside the doily, and the back is basically a book page from my children's books of animals. Okay, it's a Christmas tree, but I saw the mushroom and I just made a mistake. I thought it was some kind of greenery, but they're dancing around a Christmas tree. But it's good because the book ends with something beginning my next book. I thought it was really cute. So just added that there. And here we're at the end. And 2 more cards. This is the other side of the lake that I visit. Picture I took near where I live. Autumns are beautiful. And another card, but this one's from a calendar. Added the mushrooms, washi, and there's a lot of sewing going on in this book, and I love it. I love all this dangling thread in my book. Just gives it a gorgeous look. And this is the back. I made a belly band. Added this gorgeous little book page that I found. I think it's a coloring page, but I'm going to leave as is. Maybe color the mushrooms so they really pop out on the page. And I found this little mushroom on clearance at Hobby Lobby, 46 cents, I think it was. Perfect for the occasion. And these are, I'm not sure if they're ID tags or the little plastic, I don't think a baseball card fits in here, so I think they are ID cards. And basically I added some pieces in there, which I can write on if I choose to. I won't pull the whole thing out, and just put some mushroom stickers on it. So I thought it looked really, really cute. And this is the end of my video. Thank you for joining me. Blessings to all of you. May your Thanksgiving be a lovely one. Now, let me set this aside for a second so I can show you the book that I'm starting for my Christmas. And it's a bigger spine. I've already put the tape inside. I did find this at one of those trade-in library thingies. And I have these materials here. I'm not sure which I'm going to use. These 2 are remnants from Hobby Lobby, and this, I've had it for such a long time. This was from Joanne Fabrics. So I'm hoping to bring you along on this one. So I'll be seeing you soon. Lots of blessings. Have a good one, and thank you again to everyone.